Taylor here with Agri Drones. If you guys are not familiar with HR 2864, it is a bill that could potentially revoke the FCC licensing for DJI and other Chinese-made drones. This means that if passed, there is a potential that the drone that you're using right now, a DJI or the Chinese-made drone, could be made illegal to fly per FCC. Now, if you guys are familiar with this bill, and other bills like it that have been proposed by some states, then you're probably thinking to yourself, Taylor, what took you so long to make a video educating potential lawmakers about the implications of this bill? Well, truth be told, I never thought this would happen, right? These drones, DJI drones, provide so much opportunity for people in all walks of life. And I'm not talking about just the agriculture sector, I'm talking about every sector. There are people using these drones to create businesses. And particularly whenever we look at agriculture itself, we look at spray drones themselves, there have been thousands of jobs created across rural America by young people in areas that don't have the same opportunity without this technology. Businesses being created, jobs being created with this technology. The other reason I didn't think that it would come to this is because of outside of agriculture. We look at public safety. In particular, there was a bill that was proposed here in Missouri just a few months ago that would ban the use of Chinese-made drones for law enforcement and fire departments and public safety officials. That bill was vehemently opposed by all of the people that it would affect, meaning the fire departments, the police departments, and the public safety officials. They showed up in droves to oppose this bill. The only supporters of this bill were the lobbyists who brought it to the attention of the representative who wrote the bill. Two people against a room full of police departments, fire departments, and law enforcement and safety officials. So that just goes to show you that the people who use this technology to provide services for the benefit of others are opposed to this bill. Agriculture is no different. So why am I making this video now? Well, there's an election season coming up, and we all know that politicians and lawmakers, representatives, senators, they need votes. And by opposing things like this, by opposing Chinese-made drones, there are more people who do not use this technology than there are people who do use this technology. And so it's a good way to get votes, regardless of the impact that it might have on a small number of the population. But I care deeply about that small number of the population. I care deeply about agriculture. I care deeply about empowering rural America with new opportunities. That is why I'm making this video. That is why I want you to contact your lawmakers and let your voice be heard. So let's talk about what this bill would do and about what some of the proponents of the bill are saying and how you can maybe use logic, use reason to kind of make your voice heard here. So this bill has the potential to limit or revoke the FCC licensing, which all drones need for DJI and eventually all Chinese-made drones, meaning that there may not be any new Chinese-made drones coming to market, and there may not be, you may be limited on the drones that you're currently using. You might not be able to use them legally speaking. What this bill does not do is provide funding or provide an alternative solution. If you cannot use a DJI drone, what can you use? Now, some lawmakers will point to a Security Act in 2019, Telecommunications Security Act 2019, which did what they say is the same thing. It banned Chinese-made telecommunications equipment being used here in the US. And that is true, right? That's the similarity. It banned Chinese equipment. The difference there is that act in 2019 provided funding and provided resources for small telecommunications companies to purchase, to pay for the removal of banned equipment and the install of new equipment. It paid them to do that. HR 2864 does not do that. It just tells individuals you cannot use your purchase, you cannot use your investment to sustain your business. You cannot use your DJI or the Chinese-made drone to offer services to farmers, to whatever you're doing, right? And the really bad thing about this is everybody who uses these drones, everybody who uses a DJI or Chinese-made spray drone is a small business, is in rural America. We have people in high school, in college, we have young men and women across the country who have started businesses in agriculture in rural America by the thousands. When is the last time that happened? We actually brought young people back into agriculture. And now lawmakers are thinking about telling them, never mind, you can't do that. We don't want that, right? It's an act of national security. I believe agriculture is an act of national security. I believe young people having opportunities is an act of national security. If our farmers are not profitable, if our farmers cannot create a reliable food supply for our country, that's a problem for national security. If we're letting Brazil and Chile and Paraguay outcompete us by using these drones, which they are by the thousands, then that is an act of national security. I believe we need to keep these drones in the sky and look for alternative, fund alternatives. I believe in American manufacturing. I want American manufacturing. I want American-made drones. The problem is right now, there aren't any. There are American-assembled drones. And those drones use 95+% Chinese components, literally. Batteries, frame, motors, all of the hardware, the spray system, the remotes, is Chinese made. It comes straight from China. So by switching to those drones, that doesn't solve the problem. It may make lawmakers feel good about solving the problem, but it does not solve the problem. We need to invest in American manufacturing. Don't ban the equipment, make America more competitive. Urge your lawmakers to oppose this bill, to create an agricultural carve-out, and to instead propose legislation that would reinvest, that would create manufacturing jobs, that would invest in the engineering capabilities of hardworking Americans to actually create a truly American-made alternative. That is what I want. Use the link in the description below to write to your lawmakers, and please let us know if you have any questions. We're always glad to help. We want to keep empowering rural America. Oppose HR 2864. Thank you.